Chosen one, I have been waiting for you to arrive at this precise moment. Because the changes taking place around you are not meant to destroy you, but are clearing the way for a profound restoration that begins today. During the past few hours, you may have found it difficult to quiet your heart. Your thoughts may have repeatedly returned to an old matter, or you may suddenly have realized that something in your life no longer fits as it once did. I have not come to frighten you, nor do I want you to believe that being 1 minute late will cause every good thing to disappear. I have come to awaken your attention, because for far too long you have lived among so much noise that you forgot to listen to the truth taking shape within you. You have asked for an explanation for the unusual things that have happened recently. You have wondered why certain doors suddenly closed, why some people left without giving a clear explanation, and why plans that once seemed certain continued to be delayed. Today, I want you to understand that not every slowdown is failure, not every separation is loss, and not every season of confusion signals an ending. There are times when life must be rearranged so that you will no longer carry into your new journey the things that have already fulfilled their purpose. I know that the past week may have moved according to a very unusual rhythm for you. At times you felt tired, even when you had not done very much. Some nights your sleep was restless, and old memories returned with such clarity that they seemed to have happened only yesterday. You awakened with a heaviness you could not explain, then tried to enter the new day as though everything were fine. Do not blame yourself for those emotions. When an old season is coming to an end, the things you once suppressed often rise to the surface so that they can be seen, properly named, and healed. I do not want you to keep burying your sadness beneath an appearance of strength. You do not need to prove to anyone that you are not hurting. True strength is not found in denying what happened, but in facing it, without allowing it to continue controlling your future. Give yourself permission to rest. Write down what is troubling you, and become honest about your feelings. Instead of immediately pushing them away, it is within that honesty that you will begin to see the way out. Perhaps you feel that certain people or circumstances once caused you to lose your direction. Someone planted doubts within you about your abilities. Someone delayed what they had promised, and certain situations left you feeling that your efforts were not properly recognized. I understand why you suspect that someone may have deliberately tried to stand in your way. But my beloved child, do not allow your wounds to make you view everyone with suspicion. What you need now is not to search for someone to blame, but to recognize which areas of your life are draining your strength. If a relationship repeatedly takes away your peace, establish new boundaries. If a job no longer respects your value, begin preparing for a wiser alternative. If the way you manage money causes anxiety, begin taking control of each small expense, instead of waiting for a major change from outside. When you take responsibility again for the things you can change, the power of outside influences will gradually weaken. I want to give you a new image of the record that belongs to your journey. It is not a mysterious scroll that requires you to wait for someone else to open it on your behalf, but the good possibilities that continue to be written through every wise choice you make. The fact that your name is written in light does not mean that you will never face another trial. It means that the darkness you have passed through does not possess enough power to erase your value, your character, or the purpose you carry. The times you were rejected did not make you inferior. Failed plans did not prove that you have no future. People who could not recognize your sincerity do not have the authority to determine how worthy you are of love. Lift your head, because you have lived for too long beneath judgments placed upon you by others. From today forward, you need to learn to see yourself through eyes that are fairer, gentler, and more mature. The adjustment taking place is not a punishment. Sometimes, I allow a plan to be delayed so that you have time to recognize the weaknesses you previously overlooked. Some people leave because they were suited only to an older version of you. Certain doors close because you are preparing to enter a place that requires the maturity you have only recently developed. Do not immediately chase after what has left your hands. Some losses need to remain undisturbed, because if you force them to return, you will continue living within the same cycle. Give your energy to what is growing ahead. Care for the relationships in which respect is present. Develop the skills you have postponed. Rearrange your time, your living space, and the commitments that scatter your focus. When your outward life is brought back into order, you will also begin to feel lighter within. I know that finances are part of what has been weighing upon you. Perhaps your income has slowed, an unexpected expense has appeared, or the goal you set seems to be moving farther away. Do not allow fear to make you chase promises of instant wealth, unexplained money transfers, or offers requiring you to pay an upfront fee before receiving a reward. Genuine restoration does not come through sacrificing your safety or sound judgment. It is built through well-founded decisions, verifying information carefully, reducing unnecessary expenses, seeking opportunities suited to your abilities, and refusing to feel ashamed when asking trustworthy people for advice. I do not merely want you to possess more. I want you to become wise enough to preserve, develop, and use what you receive in a way that brings lasting peace. The vivid dreams or uneasy feelings you have experienced recently do not necessarily predict something frightening. Your mind may simply be trying to process pressure that has accumulated over time. Listen to these experiences as a reminder to care for yourself, but do not allow them to control you through panic. Before going to sleep, step away from news or information that increases your stress. Write down what remains unfinished and give your body time to become quiet. If sleepless nights continue or leave you exhausted, seek appropriate support instead of suffering silently. I do not consider your need for help a weakness. Sometimes, protection comes through a sincere friend, an experienced professional, or a conversation you were once hesitant to begin. You are standing before the gateway of restoration, but that gate does not open through the fear that you might miss your opportunity. It opens when you courageously release what is old and choose what is healthier. Restoration may come one part at a time. One morning, you awaken and realize your heart feels lighter. A job opportunity appears after many rejections. A debt is gradually reduced, or a relationship begins to heal through an honest conversation. Do not underestimate small changes. Even a great river begins with gentle drops of water. Remain faithful to the steps you are taking, because stability is formed through repeated choices, not through one moment of intense emotion. I am here to protect you from despair, from the voice saying that it is already too late, and from the habit of making yourself smaller to fit the expectations of others. However, my protection does not make you passive. I will remind you, but you must walk. I will shine light, but you must open your eyes. I will bring opportunities, but you must prepare yourself to recognize and use them. Today, choose one specific action that will make your life clearer. Complete something you have delayed, remove what distracts you, send a necessary apology, or reject what has repeatedly left you exhausted. That action will become your declaration that you are ready to enter a new season. My beloved child, time is not working against you. You have not been left behind, and you are not destined to live forever in confusion. The things shifting around you may seem bewildering at first, but eventually you will understand why certain doors could no longer remain open, why certain people could not continue with you, and why you needed to experience this season of silence. Your restoration is not coming to take revenge upon the past, but to release you from its power. Walk slowly but firmly. Keep your heart compassionate without losing your boundaries, and trust that every right choice you make today is creating a brighter tomorrow. I remain beside you, not pressuring you through fear, but supporting you through peace. Allow the days ahead to prove that what once appeared to be destruction was actually the necessary space for a new, healthier, and more worthy order to form within your life. My beloved child, when I move you, I do not merely change the place where you are standing. I also change the entire atmosphere surrounding your life, so that you can enter a realm of growth you have never touched before. You often view change through visible things, such as a new home, a different job, a new community, or a door that has recently opened. But what I am doing is much deeper. I am bringing you out of spaces that repeatedly forced you to make yourself smaller, out of connections that weakened your courage, and out of patterns of life that gave the gift within you no opportunity to be revealed. This movement is not only carrying your feet to another place, it is also elevating your thoughts, beliefs, and the way you see yourself. You are being placed in an environment where growth will no longer feel like a luxury, but will become the natural result of living in your proper position. I know that you are feeling uncomfortable. Certain familiar things no longer provide the same sense of safety they once did. Conversations that used to satisfy you now seem shallow and narrow. There are places where you once tried to remain connected, but the longer you stay, the more you feel forced to suppress an important part of yourself. Do not immediately assume that you are becoming ungrateful or impatient. That discomfort may be evidence that you have outgrown the old structure. Before a field can be expanded, its former boundaries must be removed. Before you enter a greater role, the limitations within your thinking must be recognized and released. You feel yourself being drawn beyond what is familiar, because something greater is calling you forward. Although you cannot yet see the entire road, I have already seen the destination, the people who will meet you, and the opportunities being prepared. Leave the confirmation 444 if you believe that I can see what your eyes cannot yet see. This confirmation is not an exchange for protection, because you are already protected. It is a way of reminding yourself that you are not standing before the future with empty hands. You have not been pushed to a new boundary and then abandoned to manage everything alone. I know every fear arising within you, every question you have been afraid to express, and every concern that makes you worry that you may fail. But uncertainty does not mean you are not being guided. Some journeys are revealed only one step at a time, because if you saw everything at once, you might become overwhelmed by the scale of what is waiting. Therefore, enough light will come for the next step. Guidance will appear at the right moment. The door that needs to open will open when you are ready to walk through it. I can see the people who are about to recognize the value they previously failed to notice. I can see the encounters capable of connecting you to the right community, the right opportunity, and the right assignment. Some people will not require you to explain your abilities repeatedly, because they will recognize the goodness within you from the beginning. Some places will not force you to compete through noise, because your results and character will speak for themselves. Certain opportunities will align so closely with what you once prayed for that you will understand why previous delays were never meaningless. However, these things cannot fully reach you while you continue clinging to a position that has completed its purpose. This is not because I want to make your journey difficult, but because everything has an appointed meeting place. When you are in the right place, suitable connections become clearer, and what once required exhausting effort begins to move with greater harmony. This is why I am gently urging you not to resist this movement. Resistance often does not come from rejecting what is good, but from fearing the loss of what you already know. You may have become accustomed to the way people treat you, accustomed to playing a smaller role, and accustomed to expecting very little, so that you can avoid disappointment. But I cannot lead you into a wider season while you insist on holding tightly to habits that keep you diminished. You cannot enter a new room with a mindset that continually apologizes for your presence. Neither can you accept greater responsibility while believing that you are incapable. The place where I am leading you will require you to stand more firmly, think more clearly, and understand more deeply the value I have placed within you. The new season does not require only a different location. It requires a more mature version of you. You will need to learn to say no without guilt, accept opportunities without sabotaging them through doubt, and refuse to return to the old place merely because the first days of the new journey feel unfamiliar. The doubts that once accompanied you cannot continue serving as your guide. The fears formed through your past cannot determine the limits of your future. I do not deny that you were hurt, underestimated, or overlooked, but those experiences are not permitted to become your identity. You are not the rejected one. You are not the person who always arrives too late. You are not someone destined to remain behind the light of others. You are the person being prepared to enter the assignment that carries your name. I am renewing the way you think so that you can receive good things without immediately feeling unworthy of them. If the voice within you continues saying that you will fail, then even when the door opens, you may still be afraid to enter. If you continue believing that everyone else is more capable, you may unintentionally reject the very opportunity being offered to you. Therefore, before I change your circumstances, I am healing the way you see yourself. I am teaching you the difference between humility and self-devaluation, between caution and fear, and between patience and delay caused by a lack of courage. When your thinking is renewed, you will no longer have to chase every opportunity, because you will know what aligns with your purpose and what will only distract you. You once felt forgotten. You did many things with dedication, but received no recognition. You gave your ideas, time, and loyalty, while others took the results. At times, you wondered whether the problem was within you, and whether you were truly good or capable enough to go farther. But I want you to understand that the lack of recognition was never proof that you had no value. Some places are not bright enough to recognize what is shining before them. Some people know how to use your gift, but do not know how to appreciate you. Some environments are designed to preserve sameness, so anything different is treated as a threat. The problem was not your value. The problem was the place where you kept trying to plant it. A precious seed cannot conclude that it is useless, simply because it failed to sprout in unsuitable soil. That seed still carries its complete potential, but it needs the right depth, light, and nourishment to grow. The same is true for you. I am lifting you from a place that no longer nourishes you, not to hurt you, but to plant you in soil capable of receiving what I placed within you. The process of being lifted may make you feel unsettled because your old roots became accustomed to clinging to the former place. But trust that I never move you without preparing somewhere new. What is separating from you is not always a loss. Often, it is freedom from what has been preventing your growth. In the place where you are going, your gift will no longer remain hidden. It will be used properly, nurtured, and multiplied. You will no longer have to keep asking permission to raise your voice. You will not need to diminish your achievements so that other people can feel comfortable. But remember that shining is not intended to make you arrogant. It is meant to help you serve your proper purpose. When your voice carries greater weight, use it to uplift. When your influence becomes greater, remain humble. When doors open widely, do not forget the days when you had to persevere in silence. Those memories will help you walk with gratitude rather than pride. Do not fear what is leaving you. What truly belongs to you will not be lost, simply because you enter a new stage. The people capable of walking with your future will find a way to grow beside you, or will meet you again under new and suitable circumstances. The necessary values will travel with you. Valuable lessons will remain. What no longer belongs to the path ahead will gradually fall away without requiring you to struggle to hold it. Do not call every departure betrayal. Do not call every ending failure. Some separations are sacred, preventing you from continuing to spend your strength on what no longer produces fruit. Therefore, my beloved child, walk forward without resenting the old place. But do not return merely because you miss the comfort of familiarity. Be grateful for what it taught you, then gently set down what has completed its assignment. I am leading you into a wider space where growth becomes natural, purpose is awakened, and ability is used in the right place. You are not being cast away from where you belong. You are being replanted where you can take deeper root, rise higher, and become the person I prepared long ago, my beloved child. What those who believed they had buried your blessing did not understand is that every seed placed beneath the darkness still remains under the watchful eyes of heaven. You did not disappear, nor were you erased from the journey prepared for you. You were simply passing through a hidden season so that strong roots could form where no one could see. Others may have believed that your silence meant failure and that the closed doors had taken away your opportunity to rise. But they did not understand that a seed does not die when it is covered with soil. It quietly breaks away from its old shell, absorbs strength, and prepares to push through the very ground that once pressed heavily above it. The shaking you feel during these days is not a sign that everything is collapsing. It is the movement of new life, rising from a place that was once considered an ending. I want you to stop calling yourself buried, because you are being planted so that you can rise in the appointed season that no hand will be able to prevent. There are things that were once sent toward you but became delayed along the way. An important phone call may not have arrived at the right time. An invitation may have been withheld. A letter may not yet have found its way into your hands, or legitimate funds may have become trapped within procedures beyond your control. These things made you believe that you had been overlooked again. But I am bringing clarity back. What belongs to you will be guided toward you through transparent and proper paths that do not require you to sacrifice your peace. Some opportunities that appeared to have disappeared will return in a better form. Someone who once failed to notice your ability will begin to see what they overlooked. A decision that has been pending for far too long will begin moving forward, and what you need to know will gradually be revealed. Nevertheless, remain alert, because genuine restoration does not come through deception or pressure that forces you to hurry. I will lead you toward things that can be verified, have a clear foundation, and produce sustainable results, not dazzling promises that merely exploit your hope. Your name is also beginning to be perceived differently. Those who once associated you with a mistake, your past, or a season of weakness will have to witness the version of you that has been refined through trials. I am not changing your name through a ceremony designed to astonish everyone. I am changing the meaning that your name carries. When people hear you mentioned, they will no longer remember only someone who was rejected, but someone who knew how to rise. They will no longer see only the lack you once experienced, but will recognize the wisdom you gained. The days when you were misunderstood are becoming the foundation of a testimony that does not require self-promotion. You do not need to run to every person and explain that you have changed. Allow your consistency to speak for you. Let your calm attitude, dedicated work, and upright choices demonstrate that you no longer live beneath the shadow of yesterday. When you walk in alignment with your values, old words will naturally lose their power. The season of suffering is no longer permitted to govern every thought you have. This does not mean that you will never face difficulty again. It means that difficulties will no longer define you. You have learned to walk through darkness without losing hope. Remind yourself to rise even when no one came to support you, and keep your heart gentle even after being treated unjustly. Now, a season of acceleration is opening. Things that once progressed very slowly may begin moving one after another. The small steps you faithfully took will connect into a clear path. You will notice that you make decisions more quickly because the past no longer paralyzes you. You will know how to say no to what does not fit and yes to healthy opportunities without asking fear for permission. True speed is not running through chaos. It is refusing to waste more time on doors I have already helped you close. I, Archangel Michael, have come to remind you that invisible chains are gradually losing their power. Those chains may be the fear of scarcity, the habit of doubting yourself, dependence upon the approval of others, or guilt concerning things you cannot change. Not every prison has iron bars. Some prisons are built from words you heard so many times that you began to believe they were true. You were told that you were not good enough, not fortunate enough, or too late to begin again. Today, I want you to face those words directly and refuse to carry them for one more day. You do not need to prove your value by working until you collapse, nor must you tolerate disrespect in order to preserve a relationship. Freedom begins when you stop agreeing with the things that caused you to become smaller. Step forward calmly, establish the necessary boundaries, and allow courage to lead you into a wider place. The gifts approaching you are not connected only to money. The abundance I want you to receive first is the ability to live without being controlled by worry. Your finances may improve through a new job, a source of income built from your abilities, the resolution of legitimate funds, or the wisdom to use well what you already possess. Your relationships will also be purified. People who come only when they need something will gradually move away, while those who know how to respect and walk beside you will become easier to recognize. Your confidence will no longer depend upon temporary praise, but will be formed through knowing that you have kept your promises to yourself. Every time you complete something you once delayed, speak the truth even when it is difficult, or choose something healthy instead of returning to an old habit, you restore trust in yourself. That is a gift no one can take away. Above all, the peace you believed you had lost is finding its way back to you. It will not return because everyone apologizes or every question receives an answer. It returns when you understand that you do not need to carry every unresolved matter in order to continue living. Some people may never admit that they hurt you, but you can still become free. Certain doors may never open again, but you can still discover a better path. Some dreams may need to be adjusted, but this does not make your future any less beautiful. Peace begins when you stop arguing with what happened and start investing your strength in what is now being built. Protect that stillness. Do not tell every plan to people who know only how to plant doubt. And do not allow the curiosity of others to pull you back toward places from which you have already been released. The gateway of restoration is opening, not for you to stand and watch, but for you to walk through with responsible action. Recheck the letters and messages you once overlooked. Complete unfinished work. Contact the appropriate people. Arrange your finances and prepare yourself for the opportunity you have continued praying for. A blessing must not only be received, but also preserved. When your finances improve, use them to build a foundation rather than prove something to the world. When a healthy relationship appears, nurture it through honesty, instead of allowing old wounds to sabotage it. When confidence returns, use it to uplift others rather than allowing it to become arrogance. What is given to you will grow when you manage it with gratitude, discernment, and discipline. Therefore, my beloved child, hold firmly to faith, but do not remain still. The ground is moving because the seed within you has reached the time to rise. The things that once made you cry will no longer possess the authority to write the next part of your life. You were not called out of darkness so that you could return and bow before old words. Walk like someone who knows they have been refined, not like someone still asking permission from the past to live. I am beside you as you remove each cord of fear. Learn to receive good things without suspicion and open your heart to a wider season of life. Restoration has already begun within, and soon the outward signs will reflect that transformation. You are not buried. You are growing. You are not forgotten. You are being prepared. And what was once used to keep you beneath the ground will become the very foundation that helps you rise, stand firmly, and shine in a way no one can deny.